Three, two, one. Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the morning drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The morning drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, live and on the air for this Friday morning, May 12th, 2023. Mike Bagley here at the track Too Tough to Tame Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Pistol Pete Pistone is in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. Davey is in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Friday morning, and happy Darlington Race Weekend to you, Triple P.
Good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to one and all. Checkered flag for us on the week here on TMD. But, as Bagman said, green flag ready tonight at the track Too Tough to Tame. How is the PD region of South Carolina this morning there, my friend?
Very nice. It's a cool start to the morning. Going to get warmer later today. Sun is out. I just tweeted out a picture. Sunrise at Darlington. Sun's coming up. And it's everything's going pretty good over here. Track's buttoned up. Everything looks in order, nice and tight. And we'll chat with Kerry Tharp later this morning about that. The commander will join us. But from when I drove in, I got here at 5:16 this morning. And when I pulled in, took a look around, as much as you can see in the dark.
Right.
But they did not have the track lights on. They'll save that for tonight. But everything looked all cool and nice and tight, ready to go. And we are ready for racing in Darlington, my friend. A triple header, no doubt, here in Darlington.
Yeah, I like the triple header. I like we're starting tonight. And, well, I'm glad you're there, safe and sound. Looked at the weather report. Going to be a little warm, but it looks like we're going to be good to go. And that's about all you can ask for on a Mother's Day weekend with a lot of racing. That's good. Weather here is pretty good. Going to be a little rainy, possibly later today. I think Mother's Day, your boutonnieres might get a little damp. Some of the moms. Looks like it's going to be kind of a rainy, on and off rainy Saturday, Sunday, here in Chicago.
Oh.
You know where I am. Hello.
I didn't hear the Chicago part.
Well, I was going to give the Boise forecast, but nobody cares about that. Although you got to keep your spuds dry.
Well, I was going to say, those potato farmers care. We got to keep those spuds coming. Come on now.
It's funny. Last week when I drove to Kansas City, remember there was that horrible accident on I-55 heading south to St. Louis a few weeks ago where it was a dust storm, basically. Well, it wasn't quite a dust storm, boys, but I got to tell you, when that wind starts blowing and some of those crops are in fields, things aren't growing yet, it gets a little dicey. A couple of times I had to pump the brakes on that. Got to slow down a little bit. But we need a little rain, so we're going to get that kind of on and off this weekend. Last night, I had a good day yesterday. I got everything done. I went down and picked up Mia down in Lincoln Park. I waited until 7 o'clock last night to go down and get her because I wanted to wait for some traffic to die down. And, the Kennedy Expressway, the main artery basically from like where I live to the city is under construction. Great timing. 45 minutes. Wasn't that bad. Got to her apartment, picked her up, brought her back, and she's here now for all the Mother's Day festivities here. Bring her back on Sunday night. So that was kind of nice. Haven't really seen and talked to her for a while, so all's good to go there. So we're ready for the weekend.
Now, I will ask you this. I will also issue a warning and a friendly reminder to everybody listening out there. Sunday is Mother's Day. You're on the 2 to go, right? You got Friday, you got Saturday. Need to get everything buttoned up today or tomorrow. Do you have all the mothers squared away? And conversely, well, I know that all of you can't speak back to me, but a reminder to get all of your mothers squared away. And we hope all of your mothers are fine wherever they are.
All those mothers on the racetrack down there at Darlington this weekend.
Right?
At the end of the
Well,
day.
it is the mother of all racetracks.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we are good to go. The only thing I haven't done, and I'll do that on Sunday before Fantasy Racing Preview, on the actual Mother's Day, I'll run and get some flowers. I didn't want to buy Shelley flowers like today because they'll be dead, by Sunday.
Well, first of all, number one, where are you buying them? Number two, Steven Singer warns us those grocery store flowers, in the trash, pretty short.
True.
But why would you not do it tomorrow to allow her to enjoy them for like a couple of days of the weekend?
Well, maybe. Maybe that's a possibility. Where I will go, I have no problem saying this. I've said it before. Costco, best place to buy some flowers for any holiday like that. Reasonably priced, good to go. So we'll do that. But everybody else, all the other moms are set, good to go. We got the old plan: dinner tonight and dinner on Saturday and dinner on Sunday. So all the moms and Shelly are covered on this end. So we're good to go, Baggy. Thank you.
Good. And if you haven't gotten yourselves squared away, you might want to get that buttoned up here in short order. And so you don't have to worry about fretting and stewing on Sunday about what to get mom or whoever, the mother of your children, your grandmother, whoever. Make sure you take care of them and reward them for what they do.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. Davey, you set? Everybody set, Davey? You good to go?
I'm good. My mom is actually out of the country. She just landed in Greece with my dad. Unfortunately, their bags did not make it with them. But we celebrated Mother's
in Toronto.
Day. Yeah, probably.
Who'd they fly?
I don't know. I should probably find that out. Their connection was delayed like a little bit, and the bags didn't make it. So,
then they were on American. There's no question about that.
Easy peasy.
That's easy.
That's part of their tagline. Your bags won't make it. Fly
Name
American
this Airlines. Bags didn't make it. They were delayed. Oh, that's American. No doubt.
No doubt.
I was gonna get her flowers, but she was going out of the country, and she would have had them for like 2 days when I saw her 2 days ago. So they were just gonna die anyway.
That's fair.
There is one thing, though, that on Mother's Day, when Mom was here, lost Mom 7 years ago, last month. But one of the things, Mom had a few edicts, right?
Edicts.
One of them was for Christmas.
Yeah.
She says, son, I don't care where you are and what you do 364 days of the year. On Christmas Day, you will be in this house. Do you understand? Have I made myself clear? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That was number one. Number two, I think the 11th commandment that Moses brought off the hill was, thou shalt always give mother a card for Mother's Day. Don't think of sliding by Mother's Day without giving one to Inez, because I did that one year, and
no.
there was more hell over it than a little bit. I'm telling you.
No.
You would have thought that I would have not come home for 3 decades for Christmas. I mean, she was bent, twisted. You know, they're going to kill you to fork out $5 for a card. You know, some of us like those. I'm like, okay, I never missed another card, because I had given her something else that had one of those little personalized cards attached to it, but it wasn't a Hallmark card. So she didn't want the card on the gift that, by the way, was impeccably gift wrapped. I'm still patting myself on the back for that one.
Okay.
That didn't matter, right? The whole wrap job, no.
Lessons learned.
It was negated with the fact that it didn't come with the Hallmark full-size card instead of that little itsy-bitsy thing like you get with flowers. Or the small deals.
Yep.
Oh, no. So, and then one year she said, because, you know, Hallmark's tagline, when you care to send the very best. Well, one year I gave her an American Greetings
What's
card.
the matter with you?
It's not the very best.
She says, what? Didn't care enough to send the very best? Well, I'm like, okay, first you complain you don't get a card, then I get the card, then it's not the card you want. And by the way, what's the difference between the American Greetings writers and the Hallmark writers?
Well,
come on, they're all the same thing.
Well, you want the best, you got them for abreast.
Okay.
It's not a World of Outlaws
It's not a World
race.
of Outlaws race. Come on.
Is American Greetings like American Airlines? Like you get the card, but you don't get the envelope until later?
Well, they don't put the gum on the envelope to seal it shut. You have to provide your own tape.
UYLT.
Sorry, sir. We'll have to go back to the gate. We ran out of gum. Well, you know the line, Baggy. Hell hath no fury like a mother scorned, right? You just know. No. Keep mama happy. Oh, I told you the story when I was working at Rockford way back in the day. It was Saturday night. Mother's Day was the next day. They made a big deal. First 500 moms get free boutonnieres, right? Free corsages.
Corsages.
Yeah.
Boutonnieres are for guys.
First 500 free corsages. You should have seen the 501st mother who didn't get one. Oh, my God. I looked down from the PA box. I'm like, what in the hell's going on? Is a hockey game break out down there? What's going on? They're fighting over the corsages.
It's kind of like that 251st person to show up for a 250-person autograph party.
Right. Same thing.
There's always got to be that person that gets left out, and then obviously Mother was left behind there with her corsage.
Hate it for you.
Right. And then son had, Mother tattooed on his left bicep, and he was involved. So yikes.
There was always a big Mother's Day ritual where when I was home, obviously if I was home, we would get up and I would take her to church, which when I told my friends about this thing, obviously after she had passed, we were talking about rituals and Mother's Day stuff and all that. And I had said that, I said I would take Mom to church, which prompted an immediate question of, did the thing burst into flames when you walked in? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, this guy.
Usually when you say the word church, fried chicken is after that.
Yes. Thank you, Petey. Horses run the gate. And then we would go to the Country Eatery, which is on State Street in Dover, and we'd have breakfast. And then we would go home, and then mid-afternoon we would go out for dinner. Mother's Day, when I worked in a restaurant, Mother's Day is the number one day for dining.
I can imagine, yeah.
It's the busiest restaurant day of the year.
Yeah.
If you don't have a reservation,
you're out. You're screwed.
You talking about being hung out to dry in the middle at Talladega with no drafting help. Oh, you're tough sledding right there.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Make your reservations if you can. There are a lot of time, and then working at the restaurant, trying to juggle reservations and all that. It was pretty intense. But the bottom line is, hook Mama up.
Yeah, for sure.
She's the one that gave you life. At least you can do is give her a boutonniere from Pete and take her to wherever you're going to take her to.
Where are you going to take her to dine? I mean, if you wait till now to your point, you're done. Forget it. Sunday brunch, you're done.
Goose
Forget
is
about
cooked.
it. Your
Done.
goose is cooked. And I don't know. My mother doesn't even like goose or geese.
I don't know of anybody that's ever eaten goose.
I had goose one time. I forgot where I was. It was somebody's house, and it was like a Christmas dinner, and they decided to do like goose. I say, unless there's some juice following this, I don't want any of it.
Goose meat is sometimes used in place of beef or lamb. It has distinct flavor to the dish. Overall, goose meat is popular in nutritious foods in the Middle East. Let's take a field trip.
And that's fine. But
Okay.
did you run out of chicken? I mean, are you run out of turkey? Of all the waterfowl and poultry to eat, you go with goose.
Looks like it's served with pomegranate seeds.
Waterfowl. Well, I've had duck before, and it's kind of greasy. It's okay, And I told you, Gina and Matt made the turducken one year for Thanksgiving.
Made the what?
It's called a turducken. It is turkey with a duck and a chicken. It's all triple play.
You got chicken.
Yeah, it's a triple play. Too much going on. It was way too much
the
going
John
on.
Madden
How do you
special.
get through all the bones? Like if you're shoving this inside of that and that inside of the other.
That's right. I don't know.
And you cook. How do you get through all the bones?
I don't know. And they bought it that way because I asked Matt, "Did you stuff your own bird?" And he goes, "No, I bought it this way." Well, I did have a couple days off, I think, is what he said. Something like that. Anyway, I didn't like it. Just give me the straight old, I like a turkey on Thanksgiving. You're done. What's that duck doing with that cigarette in its mouth? Anyway, so I got back last night from the little trip to the city, and I did catch, unfortunately, Baggy, the end of the Celtics and Sixers game. So Game 7 coming up. I know you have some vested interest now in your Sixers right now, don't you?
Got a little dicey last night. I'm not going to lie. We finally got here at Darlington around 7 o'clock. So we went over about 7:30, 7:45 to the Buffalo Wild Wings, and played a little golden tea. Had some dinner. Well, as we wrapped dinner up, they had that game on all the TVs. Which thank you.
I can imagine. Yeah.
B-dubs.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to play golf, and I'm also looking up there. And at one point we were down by 14. 14. Came back to tie it, go 2 up, and this is at the end of the third. And then it went into that back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I can't focus on this golf and this all at the same time. And then I'm like, okay, here we go. We're going to button it up, go back to the hotel, and then I'm unpacking. This was about, 10 o'clock last night? So I'm unpacking, I'm hanging up my clothes, I'm watching the game. And then all of a sudden I heard, psst. That's the wind coming out of the sails of the Philadelphia 76ers in that stretch run all the way to the very end. I'm like, come on.
Game
now
7.
You're taking us to a Game 7 in Boston on Sunday night.
Game 7.
By the way, we will be, when we go back to Charlotte after the race on Sunday, we will be tuned into Sirius XM NBA Radio Channel 86 for play-by-play of this one. We gotta hurry up and get to the hotel, see how this ends. I don't think it's going to end very well for the Sixers, though.
Well, we'll see.
I'm surprised we got this far.
Celtics, they played really well, but all the basketball has been good. And then the other part of yesterday was NFL schedule release day, and I think this is interesting that the teams now, over on the college side, what's happened the last few years, when an athlete decides to declare they're going to go to a certain school, they put out their own little video. And that's how they tell you, hey, I've decided to go to the University of Michigan or Michigan State, Davey, for you. And you get this little video, right? Well, now all the teams put out videos about their schedule release. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you haven't, the Tennessee Titans did the absolute best one. Basically, they just went on the streets of downtown Nashville and asked people, they put up a logo of the team that the Titans were playing next and asked them to name the team. Hysterical. Just hysterical. Just like people had no idea of what, like they put the logo up of the Los Angeles Chargers, and the lady goes, Lightning McQueen? Huh? No. So really good, and so the Bears did their own one, and Bears have a pretty hard schedule, a lot of primetime games. How'd your Commanders make out, boys?
Well, hang on a second. Well, first of all, the man on the street interviews have not been the same since we lost Larry Bud Millman from Late Night with David Larry. Remember that?
Oh, Calvert DeForest. That was the actor's name. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My man. Mm-hmm. We fared okay. I know we're playing Thanksgiving Day. We are the middle game with Dallas. We are playing in Tejas on Thanksgiving Day.
You are.
We've got the Eagles twice in the month of October. Mm-hmm. So we start the month and we end the month with the Eagles. And
you get the Bears. You get the Bears on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
We tee it up Indeed. on Amazon. Mm-hmm.
By the way, the follow-up to that Buffalo Wild Wings story with the Sixers thing, I got kind of a little carried away. So I was like watching and Tyrese Maxey just dropped a three. And I'm like, Maxey! And come on, Maxey, baby, give it to us. Give it to yes!
Yeah.
And then there's a guy about 10 feet away from me at the bar who was wearing Boston stuff. Jason Tatum sunk one. He's like, Tatum! I'm like, okay. Here we go. It's a little dicey. Here we go. Massachusetts and Pennsylvania squaring off in South Carolina with a Delawarean involved. Look at this.
Nice. Whoa! Talk about a melting pot of sports. There you had it. Good Lord.
My God. Indeed. All right, what else we got here before we go to break? Anything?
Good to go. No, we're ready to go. Let's race. Let's enjoy Mother's Day weekend. And, heck, by the time we get out of Darlington, we're halfway through the regular season and halfway through the month of May. How about that?
We're flying by, man. I mean, this
really
year is flying by. But then again, that's what happens when you get older. It's like, Deb and I talk about, we're halfway through the month of May. We are 2 weeks from Memorial Day.
I know.
Imagine that.
I know it. I can't imagine it. Somebody asked me the other day, what are you doing for Memorial Day weekend? I said, well, I'll worry about that when it gets here. Well, that's next weekend. You know that?
Well, not next weekend, but 2 weekends away.
This was like the weekend after next weekend. That's what I meant to say. It's like a turducken. We're stuffing too many days in one thing.
Kind of like we're putting too many taters in the bag right now.
You're trying to put 10 pounds of taters into a 2-pound bag.
Coming up on the show, bottom of the hour, headline check number 1. Give it the big Darlington weekend preview. Tino Patino will be here with his best bets. We'll also give you our things that we're going to be watching. We will in turn take yours at 866-BIT-LANE and on Twitter at SiriusXMNASCAR, hashtag TMDNASCAR. 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we'll be joined by the commander, Kerry Tharp, the president of Darlington Raceway, the drum and the calendar coming up. By the way, they were playing Rundgren in the bathroom of the Philly airport the other day.
Did you bang it up while you're in there?
Somebody else is in there beating me to it already. You know what I mean?
Welcome back to the...
All right, no. We can't do that right now. I can't take too much in one day. By the way, fourth and final hour, we'll give you our Wizard of Oz fantasy lineups, our picks, our prop bets, and, of course, Monday headlines today. It is a Friday, May 12th. It is a Darlington race weekend, and we are so glad you are a part of it here on your home for NASCAR. This week's race coverage brought to you by Smithfield. Cruise to your local grocer to fuel your crew with delicious Smithfield breakfast meats. Then enter our weekly giveaway at smithfield.com for your chance to win a $250 grocery gift card.